Alright guys, day 2, first check of the day. I put my meter negative to ground, positive to positive, and that reading gave me 12 volts. Then I put negative to negative and positive to the end of my choke here, and really doesn't register anything. I should be getting 12 volts to here, and I'm not. So visually it looks like it is hooked up. So in theory I should be getting 12 volts, and I'm not. So that's going to be the first thing I look into. You know, would that explain why it's running rough? Well, it could if it's not allowing that butterfly to open. So here we go. So I've been poking around, checking all these wires for 12 volt, just trying to find one that is powered by the key, meaning when the key is off, no 12 volt. And believe it or not, most of these get no juice, but I did find one right there. That, when I turn the key off, no 12 volt. When I turn the key on, 12 volt. So we are going to tap into that because I cannot figure out what that would be used for there. And use this as our power source. We'll see if this makes any difference. I mean, you can't set a choke if you're not getting any power to it. So hopefully I will remain positive. So I tapped into here, and I do get 12 volts here, but by the time I run from there, loops around, comes up, I only have 8 volts here. So it's dropping in volts. I might try replacing this wire, but 8 volts, I think I need a minimum of 9. Not sure about that, but I think I need a minimum of 9. But shoot, it never even had any volts. So I just did test drive, or not test drive it, but I just would put the pedal on and kind of just sort of slam it down to the floor. And it didn't seem to bog as much as it used to, but after doing that for a while, I did get a backfire in here. So I am going to go ahead, check all my settings, pop this off, have a look at the choke, and see where all the settings are at. So right off the bat, what I notice, I believe that's the secondary. This is where I'm getting my backfire, obviously. You can start to see the color under there. I don't even know if this is normal. I'm not a Weber guru. So I'm just gonna kind of go through it and check my settings. Make sure that it's jetting fuel in there. I don't know. This is where I'm gonna have to probably slow down and get the Weber somewhere. I've got a print off of the Weber tuning. Yeah, you can see even on the top of the air cover, kind of where I swipe my finger there, that side's fairly clean, and so I am backfiring in that primary. So maybe I'm getting somewhere. Alright guys, took it for a test run, and I might have solved the issue. I'm gonna drive it, you know, periodically for a few days. Might make some minor adjustments. So, like I was saying earlier, this had no voltage to it. This is an electric choke. Should have 12 volts to it. Had no volts. So I did find a new area to tap into. Oddly enough, it only has 9 volts. So I might try to change that wire out, but 9 volts is better than no volts. So Took it for a test spin. Never bogged down. Never backfired. Didn't diesel. No backfire explosions in the carb. No loss of power. So I'm thinking that was the issue. At idle here, it still has slightly higher than an idle, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. It's not a lot. I can always back my throttle screw out, or it might be the idle mixture. But I got it driving pretty well. So the adjustments I want to make now are going to be very slight, because I took them all back to factory. And I might back that idle adjustment screw out just a tad, see how it runs. So in my case, a lot of the issues I was having is there was no voltage to my choke, which kind of runs that butterfly in there. So that's it, guys. I'll go ahead and post this. If you have a like problem, you might want to actually check your voltage. Thanks, guys.